It looks like Fox News accidentally did some reporting without even meaning to. Now, I'd like to thank Dan Ridlin, a watcher of my videos. There's not much information about him online, but on one of my videos, he commented about this article that just came out. And it says, USS Fitzgerald collision, ship failed to react to warning signals, captain says. That's interesting. The captain of the ACX Crystal said the container ship flashed lights toward the USS Fitzgerald after it, quote unquote, suddenly began heading on a collision course. Okay, citing a copy of Ronald Advincula's account to Dainichi Investment Corporation, the ship's owner. The U.S. Navy didn't comment Fox News. Reuters reported it viewed a copy of Advincula's account but was not able to independently verify it. Advincula said in the account that his ship steered hard right to avoid the Fitzgerald but hit it 10 minutes later around 1:30 a.m. local time. Busted. Absolutely busted. Now the story is completely fallen apart. Now, in case anybody doesn't know, we're going to tell you what the official account was. The official account was here is that the ship was on autopilot and the entire crew was asleep. And then all of a sudden, without any warning, the ship plowed into something. But then autopilot took back over and then everybody got up, discovered the damage aboard the ship, realized they had hit something, and then decided to make a turn back around here to see what they had hit. And when they got back here, they supposedly then saw the wounded, stricken destroyer, and being the good folks they are, they decided to call in the accident. Apparently not now. Apparently, the captain was on the bridge, not asleep, and in manual control of the ship. And not only was he at manual control of the ship prior to the collision and not on autopilot, he saw exactly who he was sailing his ship toward. He knew it was a destroyer because he says he flashed his lights at the destroyer. So he knew it was a destroyer. And then he said, well, I turned hard 90 degrees, but after I made my hard turn 90 degrees, I still hit them. Didn't slow your ship down. Didn't slam on the brakes. Didn't do anything. See here, according to you, you made a turn from 88 degrees, which is what this track is, 88 degrees, almost directly east. And you turned full 90 degrees down to what would be, 178 degrees? And remember, this isn't autopilot anymore. The captain in his account says he manually steered the vehicle. So, under manual steering, knowing that you hit a U.S. Navy destroyer, because you said you knew, you said you saw him, and you said you flashed your lights at him. You then manually make a left-hand turn, again, instead of doing a turn here, which would have been much tinier, given that you knew you hit somebody and that you knew it was a Navy destroyer and that you were in manual control of your ship. You manually then turned back down your course, waited 20 minutes, and then turned back around. This is not me saying this, folks. We'll go back to the article here. This is an easy one. This is a 2-tab video. Advincula said in the account that his ship steered hard right to avoid the Fitzgerald. Not to avoid this unknown thing, we didn't know what it was, but hit it 10 minutes later. Steered hard right, but hit it 10 minutes later around 1:30. So he knew he was on a collision course with a United States Navy destroyer at 1:20 a.m. Folks, seriously, this is the smoking gun. And this is not somebody saying they heard this man say it. This is an official report of Ronald Advincula, the captain of the ACX Crystal, to Dainichi Investment Corporation. This is what he's saying happened, which is a complete and total fictitious falsehood from what we have been operating on. That apparently there was a ship, crew asleep, on autopilot. Oh no, giant accident here. But autopilot turns the ship back to where it's supposed to go. The crew, dazed and confused, not knowing what happens, finally realizes they've hit something by inspecting the ship, then turn it around over here, and then sail back, and then see to try to find what they found. Lies. All lies now. Complete and total fictitious falsehoods. So, the channel has been vindicated. We have been up until this point operating on theory. We have been operating on assumption based on analysis that the original story couldn't possibly have been true, and now we know it's not true. By the words in an official report from the captain of the ACX crystal himself, who was awake and aware of the destroyer's presence 10 minutes prior to the alleged collision time. And now the report that they're saying that they knew at 1:20 they were on a collision course with a destroyer. At 1:30, regardless of their alleged attempts to not hit the thing, they hit it anyway. But nobody makes a phone call until 2:20. Seriously, folks. I would love to hear all the people that have now said that my conspiracy theory is just that. Come to the video down here in the comments and now explain this away. So, not to take it too personally, but, you know, when you go to this much effort to try to illuminate the lies and try to point people in the direction and have people continue to keep their head in the sand when something this serious happens, it gets a little frustrating, but, anyway, like, share, subscribe. This will be a short video, but probably a lot of comments. Thank you.